Oh my god. I just watched an actual shit show.
Drop on by the Clown Cafe. Drop on by the Clown Cafe. The grub is downright gruesome, but your appetite's obey. 'Cause food's a little funny. Food's a little funny. Food's a little funny at the Clown Cafe. Drop on by the Clown Cafe, your favorite meals on wheels. The menu is disgusting and it's full of special deals. Nothing here is good for you, so grab yourself a tray. 'Cause food's a little funny at the Clown Cafe. Drop on by the Clown Cafe. Drop on by the Clown Cafe. Gobble up your order quick before it runs away. 'Cause food's a little funny at the Clown Cafe. Why not visit after school and have yourselves a bite? An appetizing appetizer certain to delight. We haven't done it right unless it makes your teeth decay. 'Cause food's a little funny at the Clown Cafe. Drop on by the Clown Cafe. Drop on by the Clown Cafe. The grub is downright gruesome, but your appetite's obey. 'Cause food's a little funny. Food's a little funny. Food's a little funny at the Clown Cafe.
Hey everyone, it's Don G. Corleone here, and I am here with episode 24 of Halloween Horror Movie Reviews Season 4. And this episode is going to be an epic movie rant. And it's for another anthology movie. And it's the third installment of this anthology movie series franchise. Began with a great first film, the middle was a decent sequel, and the third chapter is a shitty sequel, and easily one of the biggest middle fingers to a movie that I very well love. This film, just by showing this, is gonna be what I call this episode 2006's Creepshow. Oh boy, let's get on with the plot of this. This is like the other, I should have said it louder, but I don't give a fuck. Because there's going to be a lot of swearing and a lot of screaming. Like the others of this series, this is a series of short films. Our first short film is one called Alice. It's about this annoying, rude teenager named Alice who lives in the suburbs, does not like the neighborhood where she lives, so one day her father finds a remote control developed by a guy named Professor Dayton, then she moves to other dimensions with other families, and when she returns, she gets transported to a rabbit, and is forgotten by her family. And then you have another story named The Radio, about a security guard named Jerry who buys a radio developed by Professor Dayton, again, from a street vendor. Then the radio talks in and gives instructions to steal over $300,000 from a criminal, kill a couple of small-time crook neighbors, and move to another city. Then when Jerry decides to bring the prostitute Eva with him, he seals his fate when he destroys the radio and has a tragic surprise. Then Call Girl. It was about a call girl named Rachel and a serial killer named Rachel. She gets hired by this weird guy named Victor, who she kills while having sex. Then she finds the truth about the odd teenager. Then you got The Professor's Wife, which is about the Dayton character again, who invites his two best former students to introduce his fiancée Kathy in a dinner party. And Charles and John believe Kathy is an android and decide to disassemble her in this episode. And then you got Haunted Dog, who is about this unlikable, despicable, abusive, reckless doctor who is serving in a free clinic in a poor neighborhood, and when he accidentally drops a hot dog on the sidewalk, he gives the dirty sandwich to a homeless beggar and the man dies. And he's haunted by the ghost, and then he gets haunted by the guy's ghost. There's you go. That's the whole plot. So, however this was made, well, a third Creepshow film after Creepshow 2 in 1987 never got made for a very, very long time. It took like nearly 20 whole years for the series to come back. The Creepshow 3 would eventually not get picked up by Warner Brothers. It would get backed by the Taurus Entertainment Company and not be directed by George A. Romero or Stephen King. It'd be directed by some guy named James Glenn Douldson and Anna Clavel. The film special makeup effects were created by Greg McDougall, who has literally worked with Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds in the special effects department. And I don't know why he would make this shit next, of all the movies. And it wasn't, unlike the first two which were given a theater release, this one was given a direct-to-video release. Obviously you can see why. And it was panned by a shitload of critics. Very well deserved. Very deserved to get this shit deserves to be panned by everybody and liked by nobody. Because as for my reaction to Creepshow 3, well, it's really obvious saying this. I love Creepshow. Best anthology horror movie ever made. Creepshow 2 I don't own, but I've seen it. Alright, sequel. But enjoy, not really that great, but fine. And this brings us to this abomination. Creepshow 3. Oh my god, what the fuck is this? This is a sucky piece of shit that looks like it was dug up by a shovel from donkey shit. This is not a Creepshow movie. It does not deserve to be called Creepshow 3 or be associated with this. The effects suck, the stories suck, the final twist reveal sucks, the characters suck, and just everything about this movie sucks. Before we get onto rants, I'll say the good quality first. And there is, like, only one good thing. So, and this is what it was. In this movie, the stories in this are all connected. So there is that. And that was all I liked. Everything else, oh boy. This is gonna be a fiery, negative, fucking epic rant. This film is literally how you don't do an anthology and how you don't associate yourself with a masterpiece. Like, I can't account for how else well over just anybody involved in this garbage movie got together, and not a single one of them set the film's negatives aflame to save just themselves from even having to watch this. There is no reason for such heinous and callous disregard for people that love this movie. This is exactly how you piss off people who love Creepshow. It's what this should be called. This is not a Creepshow movie. You should never call this a Creepshow movie. It does not deserve to be called a Creepshow movie in the slightest. This is a tragically dumb, insulting movie. Like it's a tragedy that's so dumb. Like, this is a movie about people that don't, literally about just people dumb as a brick, who don't have a thought in their head engaging in tragic, shitty situations. Too much blood is spilled, and by people who lack any sort of basic reasoning skills or shredded common sense or respect for others. And the movie just jabs you with its elbows to say, isn't this wacky and fun? No, there's no fun here. There's no whimsy. It's campy. There's no campiness or schlock like the other movies. It's like beating yourself in the head with a rock for 104 minutes. Like, there was nothing funny in this. There wasn't. I just rolled my eyes, dozed off several times because this film is, boring and way too damn long. I am not kidding. Creepshow 1 was long, but Creepshow 1 was entertaining. What's entertaining in this? Nothing! The robbery special effects are as cheap looking as they're rarely shown. The writing has that slightly off quality about it that makes you wonder if it was written in some foreign language and then just translated to poor English. Regardless of whether the movie's trying to be wacky, scary, horrific, it's not even any of that. There's no kind of suspension. There's no disbelief in this. And for a good portion of this movie, it feels like just lumps of crap dangling from a string, methodically waving back and forth in your face. And And when the joke does get revealed and you feel comfortable laughing, you don't. Because it's not funny. There's nothing to get. As you can figure out, one made this movie as a joke. It's seriously what they intend as a finished project. Just mind-boggling nothing. This film literally opens off. It opens with this cartoon about Red Riding Hood making hot dogs out of fucking dogs. What? Why? That's literally what it looks like. Like, that has nothing to do with the rest of the movie beyond someone's awful attempt to randomly insert hot dogs in as many scenes as possible, because it's clear the filmmakers of this movie had this weird fetish for hot dogs. Then, and to get things started with a bang, which is the worst of all 5 stories, begins the movie, which is the dumb remote. And that means nothing to you now. Try to look at it this way. Say you got shot 5 times in the gut. Pick the worst one. It's the equivalent of how this works. No good stories, nothing but bad ones and bad ones. And the beginning story, Alice, is clearly the worst of the stories, because not only does it suffer from some of the worst acting I've ever seen, it also just makes less sense than a drunk with a speech impediment trying to sing the score of the NHSM Pinafore backwards in Swahili, and the story barely manages to come close to proper structure at any damn time. The events occur without any attempt at explanation, as they're interrupted by shitty-ass new events with even less good of a fucking explanation. If anyone at all likes this, like, those who even think this is better than Creepshow 1 and 2, they should be banned from the Creepshow series. Because they clearly have not seen how Creepshow is supposed to be. And the remaining stories don't get any better. They suffer the same shitty acting, even going far as to recycle the same terrible actors from the first story, and something that calls them battle the rising instinct viewer, after the idiotic gun scene in Alice. And this is just a mockery of everything Creepshow is. The stories interconnect for no reason, even though that's the only good quality. They just interconnect for no reason whatsoever. The animation looks as if it's made by some 6th grader on a computer. The pacing is rushed and abrupt and sluggishly dumb. The humor is scarce. There's none of that in there. The tales themselves are just boring and stupid. And the first one's plain and incoherent. The 4th one is missing an ending. The others are just crap. Like, when the comic books, where's the comic book trappings and style morality of the other 2? Oh, right, it's not edgy enough. Instead of the creep, we get a demonic hot dog vendor. Yeah, that's your shitty plot twist. Before we even get to the finale, that's a shitty plot twist you get. The creep is not even in this damn movie till the last shot. And now we get all his stories. I'm going to go more of a scientist, going to go more to depth with them, because none of them are good one bit. Our first one is about a rude girl who's rude to a scientist that lives near her, so he makes his TV remote that will torture her as punishment. And the girl's family is given it, and they start to mess around with it. As they keep changing the settings, retarded, even racist things happen that are not scary or funny, and the girl just slowly gets deformed from each switch they make. And until the end, she then turns into a rabbit. No joke. A fucking rabbit. And on that scale, that's a 1 out of 10 story right there. And our next cartoon sequence comes on. It does not get better from here. It only keeps getting worse and worse. Then you have a next story. It's about a security guard. He's poor. His radio breaks. So, and he's responsible for power. He steals a radio. It tells him what to do. And because this guy has an IQ brain of 0, he listens. It tells him to steal money. He does that stupid shit. In the end, he moves with all the stolen money he stole. And a hooker who likes him moves with him. And the best effect in the movie, he gets shot in the head by the girl. And the guy who wants his stolen money kills her. That's it. It's like, and that's actually satisfying, because the characters in this segment, like every other character in this movie, are not pleasant to watch. None of them. Like, Leslie Nielsen's character was an asshole in Creepshow 1. You enjoyed his character. Okay? You still enjoyed him. Leslie Nielsen gave a great performance and did a good job making the character hateable. In the first film. Done better. Like, any hateable characters in the first film were love to hate characters. Same with even Creepshow 2 to some degree. Here, you just hate them. You just like that. No love to hate, like really, really hates. And this story also gets a 1 out of 10. The next story is about some stripper's alter ego who has this problem killing people. Then she kills another killer who turns into some Dracula and kills her. It's just, this would have been a not bad concept, but how it got played out sucked. There's nothing like Creepshow in this. Just some dirt. Like, when has there ever been a dirty Creepshow story? Creepshow's not supposed to be sexual. Like, none of the Creepshow movies are supposed to have any sexuality in them. What do they damn watch? What do these people damn watch? Maybe they reference it, but they don't make a whole episode about sexual stuff. 1 out of 10 story, again. So that's 3 1 out of 10 stories now. Gee, great, this is a great anthology. Already. Every story gets the same score in this. And if you manage to make it through the other stories, then you come to yet another shitty one. And it's about these 2 idiot guys who find out an old friend of theirs, which is the scientist from the first short, gets married to a girl that's 25 years younger, so this guy is a pedophile. And because they're also so dumb as shit, because like everybody is so stupid in this movie. Like, these guys have no brain at all. They can't think clearly with their minds. They are so dumb as a brick. They kill her, and they hide her body parts around the house. Nothing happens. 1 out of 10. And our next story is the same doctor. No, I'm just kidding. No, the same scientist I think is in the short, but it is about a doctor you don't like one bit. You just want this guy to die the minute you meet him. He's obnoxious, he's stuck up, and he is mean asshole to everyone. Like, there's literally one scene in this short where he's like gleefully telling this girl she'll die of cancer and not bothering to help her out. And she leaves the office crying. Like, this film is also so mean-spirited. Like, I guess some of the other Creepshow stories and this one were a little mean-spirited as well, but they made the shorts work. It was done well with a reason. Okay? This one is just a lot of times this is just unpleasant. And you just feel, this segment will make you feel like shit watching this. Like, holy crap. Yeah, he just tells a girl she's gonna die, he's not gonna help her, and she just leaves so heartbroken, and you just feel so bad. And this is supposed to be funny? If you were supposed to laugh at this, I'm sorry. Whoever came up with this segment clearly seems like a disturbed whack. If this is supposed to be hilarious. I don't need to see some rude asshole doctor who thinks it's fine to make his own patients cry and bully them. Like, there was nothing funny, and like, this guy, he shows up at work, he acts unprofessional, he's rude to his coworker, he goes around acting like trash to other people, and the segment starts, he's literally like, your food sucks, and get the fuck out of my way, and I'm like, am I seriously supposed to take this shit seriously? I'm seeing as just a guy acting like a dumb gangster swearing at people, and you're supposed to view this guy as a doctor? This guy barely acts like a doctor because not only is he being rude to his coworker and somehow not getting fired, he even goes off, he recklessly parties all damn night, clearly does not give a shit about his job, and then, literally, this guy buys a hot dog, and he decides to drop it on the ground, like, you know what, hey, it's a homeless guy, I'll kill him with a dirty hot dog, here you go, and he just kills the guy, and the guy freaking dies. And guess what? The ghost tortures him. So 1 out of 10 as well. Because the guy at least dies. At least the doctor dies. But, like, just a mean-spirited segment. One that just makes you feel like a piece of shit. Even viewing this segment. You just want to turn the movie off. Like, I'm not kidding, guys. I'll get to that stuff in a little bit. And you have the final segment. Haunted Dog. It just lists the last story from Creepshow 2 and had it be about hot dogs. Because the directors of this movie have a hot dog fetish. Yeah, like, in fact, this movie has a stupid obsession with having killer hot dogs. And it's the second worst one, because it's literally a ripoff of the Hitchhiker story from Creepshow 2. Like, That's that. Like even the girl, even the woman from the Hitchhiker story was way more likable than this complete dick doctor. At all. Just, yeah. The creep, and this is where you finally see the creep. And it's such bad CGI, this bad animation, bad scripting, bad stories, outlines, and actors. It's like they just pulled random people off the street to star in this movie. Like, literally, seriously, a homeless hobo dies choking on a hot dog given to him by this doctor that's an idiot, and this hobo haunts him as a ghost. That's the same story as The Hitchhiker. To think, wow, no. You don't just get to say, we're making a Creepshow movie, and you're just going to rip off a better story from a much better sequel than this. Like, seriously. There's nothing in this is good. No good stories. Zero. Literally about a rude teenager with a remote, a killer security guard, two dumbass teenagers who hide a bunch of body parts over the damn house, a nasty, rude as fuck doctor. Yeah. And a killer prostitute. Why are we supposed to like any of these stories? I will say, though, I do feel a little bit sorry for the actors in this movie, but the two directors made this film they just ruined these chances of these actors finally that would have got to have a career as well, because we never really saw these guys go on with a career because this movie proved that would never happen likely for them. The directing in this movie, because definitely, it's one of the worst directing that I have ever seen in my life. Regardless if I feel bad for the actors, the acting they get is awful. It sounds like they're not even trying. The person who did the script just hates movies or was wrote by a 9-year-old. The stories are just awfully written. It's like they were just written in 5 minutes, like, we're gonna write this down, we gotta get this done, we gotta get this done, we gotta get this done. Okay, good, let's go do this. They can't think of something. They just need to think of some random story because they just want a Creepshow 3 to be made. The fact they even had the nerve to fucking call this a Creepshow movie is something they should be fucking embarrassed and ashamed they did. This is not an anthology movie. At all. This does not deserve to be associated with something like this. Why would an idiot want to go fuck up movies I like this movie, and give it a shitty third film? It's like they just thought they could be better than George A. Romero, but I could bet you, since George A. Romero was around the time he saw this, he'd be so pissed off if he watched this. Even Stephen King would probably be breaking shit if he probably ever watched this. Like, I bet George Romero is probably rolling in his grave, even think, if he ever sees this movie, he'd be rolling in his grave. And yeah, this is definitely the worst anthology movie ever made. As harsh as I was on ABC's of Death and thought that was also a shitty movie, I'd rather watch that because the thing is, ABC's of Death is nasty and disgusting and vile. That has 3 good segments near the end that I liked. Hell, where is it? Where are they? Ah, here they are. Okay, here's the thing. Even these movies, the VHS movies, like these two, I'd rather watch these over Creepshow 3. Like, I mean all of them. Because for one, in that series, I liked, with this franchise, VHS franchise, I liked this movie, I didn't mind this movie, liked the newest one, VHS 85, you can go check out the review for that, so I tolerated this one. 2 and 85 are the ones I love, I tolerated VHS 94, like, even the bad VHS movies, like the first film, and VHS Viral, I liked one segment in both of those movies. One, in the first film you had Amateur Night by David Bruckner. Viral, I liked Bone Storm, the one with the skeletons and the skateboards. What good story does Creepshow 3 have? Nothing! Absolutely not a single fucking one of these shorts is good. You want you guys want a better Creepshow 3? Watch something like Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat did the same thing with Creepshow 3 shorts concept where they were all connected. But here's the thing. Not Creepshow 3. I can't believe I almost praised this shit. Trick or Treat was entertaining. It was better directed. And also, Trick or Treat is only 82 damn minutes and not over 100 minutes fucking long like this movie is. Hell, that was a better Creepshow 3 than this whole movie itself. As is apparently Tales from Dark Side, the movie. Yes. Because, there's another thing. Creepshow 3, this whole movie, is way too fucking long at the runtime. It has no reason to be this long. If it's supposed to be 104 minutes, it literally feels like you're watching this shit for 3 boring-ass hours. I'm not kidding. When I had to watch this, I got so bored that I took a pause, went to go work out on the Peloton bike for 30 minutes, and then I finished watching the rest of this. I got that fucking bored with an anthology horror film. Because it's horribly paced. It's like the same pacing as Basic Instinct 2. Even that was a shitty sequel. Who wants to see killer hot dogs? That seems like a great concept, right? No, it fucking doesn't. Nothing in this seems like a great time to watch or rent. And I didn't even rent this shit, guys. Somebody posted this movie on YouTube for free. So I at least I didn't have to pay money to watch this. Because I'd be fucking embarrassed if I had to. And the finale twist, total bullshit. Because in the finale twist, it's revealed that the street vendor, homeless man who got the 2 radios to Professor Dayton and the professor's wife. And after this tale ends, it shows Professor Dayton at his wedding with his resurrected wife, who got banished from being murdered by the 2 idiot teenagers. With a huge crowd around them, then it shows Dayton and his wife driving off, then Alice's mom states that Alice would look beautiful on her wedding day, which her family agrees because Alice's rabbit form is in the backseat of Professor Dayton's car, and the priest asks the husband how careless with the response. She's not well at all, and believes that she has a daughter named Alice. It zooms on the back of the hot dog guy's head. He turns around, and guess who it is, guys? It's the Creep. The version from Creepshow 2. It was the Creep all along. Because the Creep wasn't in this movie at all. So he finally shows up. We finally get to see the Creep like we were supposed to. No. Fuck no. No. You don't just get to do that. You don't just suddenly get to say, oh shit, oh no, the Creep's not in this movie. What do we do? How are we going to put the Creep in this movie? He could be the hot dog guy at the very end just to say it's a Creepshow movie. That's what you're just doing. It's like they forgot this was even a Creepshow movie because it's not a Creepshow movie. It's a shitty movie. It should be called Shit Show. Better title. Shit Show because this film fucking failed. And then if that's not enough, it gets followed by even shittier animation that looks like the cutaway scene of a Spyro game or even the Legend of Spyro games. It's like because they needed to show it's a Creepshow movie, there's no comic in here at all, so you just get shitty animation. And they say the hot dog guy is the Creep the whole time at the last minutes. There's your twist right there. Bullshit. Bullshit. Oh my god, so, yeah. I don't care. To be honest, guys, I'm done ranting on Creepshow 3. I'm just so exhausted doing this garbage review. So, this movie, as Cody Leach if this were Cody Leach's system, it definitely would get a fuck this movie. I will never, ever in my fucking life, ever watch this shit again. I'm so glad I did not have to rent this shit off the Cineplex store. Thank God whoever posted this on, whatever user that posted this movie on YouTube, you're a hero. Because I didn't have to pay money to watch this. Was so glad. You are a hero. You are a hero for this. You're definitely a hero. I'll definitely will praise you for that. Saved me from having to blow any money on this shit or buy it. Because I definitely will never own this shit. So anyway, guys, I'm done with this bullshit. In the end, guys, Creepshow 3, it's fucking horseshit. Never ever watch this movie, ever. unless you just want to lose your sanity with this shit, be my guest. Just watch this movie and Creepshow 2, leave it fucking there. If you want a Creepshow 3, just go watch Trick or Treat or go watch Tales from Darkside. And please, guys, don't listen to people saying that this movie is not that bad. Because, in fact, this movie is totally as bad as people say it is. In fact, it's worse. Because, no, yeah, it's really worse. Because overall, this is the worst fucking anthology I've sat through in my life. It's one of the worst pieces of shit in any horror film history I've ever watched. There's definitely one score I'm going to give Creepshow 3. I'm going to give Creepshow 3 a 0 out of 10. Boy. That had a lot of anger in my system to worry about. Oh boy. Well, we covered all the Creepshow movies now. It takes care of that problem. And that covers this whole episode. So you're wondering, what's going to be the next review episode? Well, we all know, technically, before I get into that, guys, I will announce this. Our next episode is going to be for... Actually, no, I'm not going to say the live stream episode here. I'm going to say the movie review episode here. You already know, I think some of you already know the live stream episode. I'm going to announce that in a community post. Anyway, our next review is going to be the season finale. And what's going to be the season finale? Well, guess what, guys? It's not going to be for a shitty movie this time. It's going to be for an actually good movie to end this season. After to wash out the taste of Creepshow 3 that left in my damn mouth that I'm never going to wash out now again. And it's going to be for a zombie movie. And it's one done by the legend himself, George A. Romero. And this was for part of his Dead series. And we're going to revisit what I love to easily call, to wrap up this season, the best zombie movie ever made. Yes, guys, our next episode is Dawn of the Dead! I can't wait to talk about this. I'm very excited, way more excited to talk about this than the movie I had to talk about here. This is my favorite zombie movie of all time. We're going to finally trying to now review these George A. Romero zombie films. And no, guys, I'm not reviewing the remake. I'm reviewing the original. So this episode's going to be the original. Anyone who was expecting me to review the remake is going to be disappointed with that. The remake is also good, but this version is still better. Alright? So the next episode is going to be George A. Romero's best movie. Until then, guys, that'll be it for this epic movie rant or episode. Thank y'all for watching. If you like this and want to see more, don't forget to like, subscribe to Don G. Corleone.